What's up, guys? It's John Daw with iHeartAnxiety, and we're back again for number two. And I have with me Mr. Mitchell Breezy.
Hey, hey.
Um, the first one, we're just letting everybody know what's going on and how we're going to be doing this. Now that everyone's kind of had some introductions and how we're going to flow, we'll just go right into it. Um, this morning, I woke up again on my schedule, so I did good. Um, Woke up right at 5. Started my day this like scheduled like I wanted to. Felt really good. I don't know. This schedule things really seems to be working for me. It seems to kind of help me. I don't know, focus and whatnot.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, it's weird. Like I could have written this a long time ago, the schedule out, but I never did because obviously I thought, okay, it's going to take like at least an hour or so to get all this stuff down and what I want to do and blah blah blah. So I never did it. So I just kind of procrastinated. And now that I got it done, I feel great. The reason I'm saying this is because I think other people should try it. It doesn't have to be at
better
five
late
o'clock.
than never.
Yeah, yeah, and it doesn't have to be 5 o'clock in the morning. It can be whenever you need to wake up. But I would always give yourself at least an hour or two before you have to go do something to really get your day started. So, but yeah, that's for me this morning. I did great. I felt amazing. What about you?
Yeah, no, I'm really liking our routine here. It really helps me get up and going in the mornings, and I like it. By the time we get done, I always feel a lot better and feel like my wheels are turning like they should be, and everything's greased up, ready to go.
Well, heck yeah. So you've noticed some positives out of having a not having to, but making yourself actually get on video and talk about stuff. It's been good for you.
Yeah, yeah, it's been excellent.
Cool. All right. So day number two, we're still feeling fine. We got more to go, but as of uh, as of now, we're doing good. So, speaking of which, look at that. There goes my alarm. But anyway, so moving on to the next section, we're going to talk about our quote for the day. Um, Mitchell and I both picked this one out. It's by Napoleon Bonaparte. The little guy. He says, "Courage isn't having the strength to go on; it is going on when you don't have the strength." Um, that's huge, right? Like that's a huge quote. I mean, obviously, he's probably not the first person to think of it, but I
Yeah,
appreciate what he said. A lot of times, especially now when we have so many things to distract us, it's so easy not to continue when we think we can't go on. When we don't have the fuel, so to speak, and there's a lot of things to get us unfocused on our goal, and that's kind of like what happened with me with this whole schedule thing. I found a million different reasons not to write the schedule, but once I did it, I proved to myself that I can do it. I know it's a small thing, but that's just one part of the process. I,
yeah, no, I hear you. It's it's definitely so easy to say no, so easy to say, I don't feel like it. I'm not doing it today, or I'll do it tomorrow. But if you just push through, especially when you're not feeling 100%, but you do it anyway, it'll make you feel like 120% the next day when you are feeling good.
yeah, absolutely. Um, I don't know. I mean, I think success is built upon, you know, this is exactly what this is the quote right here. This is like one of the main quotes. This is what it's built upon. When it's so easy. That's why there's like this different different levels of success. Like there's the people who taste it but don't go anywhere with it. There's the people who keep it going but then they fall short of the huge success. And then there's people that tasted huge success and they kept it going. You know, and those people's that the people that did the huge success and kept going, I think they follow this mindset. There were so many times along the road where they could have just said, "Okay, I'm done. I'm done. This is it. I don't want to.
Yeah,
This is all I can do." Um, and yeah, I mean, this is why I picked this quote, and I think you picked it too. I mean, so it's huge. It's huge.
yeah. I've kind of ties into something I've learned lately is definitely trying to get the hardest part of your day over with in the morning time, and that makes the rest of your day easier. I try to get up and talk to you about everything, do exercise, stretch, and just do the hardest thing. So that way I go to work or anything else is just easy all day.
Yeah, it just made me think of something too. I might do, independent of this, and obviously you can make short little 30-second clips too if you feel like you want to do it. But I think I might just to show people because like I remember seeing like whenever you want to do something and you watch somebody else do it, it's kind of
Yeah,
like you're kind of more motivated. And obviously we can sit here and talk all day, but if we upload like some 30-second like interval of things that we're doing when we get up and stuff like that, who knows? Maybe somebody will get motivated off that. I think I might do that. Like just kind of like little small clips of what I'm doing when I wake up, doing the exercise, whatever. And that way people were like, okay, well, he's actually talking the talk and this makes sense. You know what I mean?
it could be, it could be kind of like a Snapchat thing, whatever. I think they do short videos on there, but if you did
Instagram,
that
Instagram.
about like exercising in the morning, or if you had an Instagram for iHeart, either way, you could edit it to the beginning or end of these videos.
Yep. Make it like like mash, like do the 30 seconds each and then mash them all together. So that way it's like little parts of the day all together and you get to see, the different parts of the day. So that'd be cool.
Or yeah, it'd be cool too if we each did it, and then it could be a little introduction about you waking up and sweating, me waking up and swimming, exercising, and then we go into talking about the day.
Yeah. So that'd be kind of cool. Obviously, just to give people, hey, you're actually doing what you say you're doing. So it'd be cool.
Maybe we could start something to where other people start sending us 30-second clips so you know what they're doing.
Yeah, and I would, and speaking of that, I would like people to send in questions and things like maybe their story or something that they're going through or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that would be cool.
Anything, man. 'Cause I really do. I want to see everybody be happy and be successful and do good in life. So
Absolutely.
I would love to see. I would love to see a trend starting.
Oh yeah, I mean just knowing that there's people out there that have questions that we can answer or at least try to answer, and helping in our own way. Speaking of which, Mitchell, on Facebook there is support groups, like mental health groups and stuff like that. It doesn't have to be mental health,
Okay.
but just places like that. And you can go live, and I can actually invite you live with me, and we can actually interact with people while we're talking to them.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we could go live together and do a little, kind of Q&A type of thing, and just kind of talk about what's going on.
Yeah, we could definitely try that.
But all right, well, cool. So now we just brainstormed right here on cam. So the next thing that I wanted to talk to you about was I found an interesting article, and I just want to kind of get your thoughts on it since that's kind of what we're doing here is how we can improve our lives and whatnot. Um, so with me, a big part of my life is mental health. Trying to get over my anxiety, stuff like that. So it means something to me. Trying to better my life and trying to find ways to do it. Um, I found an article about about technology and the future of mental health treatment. It's from the nimh.nih.org. It's the National Institute of Mental Health. And
Okay.
basically, I'm not going to read the whole thing because that would take us years, to get all that done. Not years, but you know what I mean. Technology. Basically, they want to talk about technology and how it has advanced mental health and if it's good or bad. So basically, this article is talking about mobile devices and cell phones and giving apps a way to help us, kind of get that treatment that we need faster. And they're saying they're trying to like put out the pros and the cons of whether or not it's good for you. So, for example, the pros and cons of mental health apps. Experts believe that technology has a lot of potential for clients and clinicians alike. A few of the advantages of mobile care include convenience, and anonymity, an introduction to care. So technology may be a first good step for those who want to avoid mental health care in the past. So basically giving them something where they don't have to actually go and be vulnerable, so to speak. Uh,
Yeah.
Lower cost, service to more people because it reaches further. Uh, 24-hour service, consistency, support. And those are some of the pros. Um, some of the cons, maybe it's not effective for everyone. It would be kind of maybe too broad for a lot of people. Uh, it could be another concern is if the app works for. Oh, no, excuse me, that's what I just said. If there is no industry-wide standards to help the consumers, how would they, how they needed to first they would have to figure out some kind of consumer-wide standard to make sure that nobody's getting abused in the process or anything like that. And also privacy, app deals, can leak information, things like that. So you'd have to make sure that the apps are very private. And regulation, the question of who or will should regulate the mental health technology and the data it generates. And the last one was an overselling. This is some concern that the Apple program promises more than it delivers, and it can make the people get away from the therapy rather than go to it.
Yeah, kind of like false advertisement.
Yeah. So in general, I wanted to know: is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? What are your thoughts on mobile care and mental health?
Personally, I have a very strong love-hate relationship with technology.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I love it. We can literally Google anything and learn so much stuff so much easier. You don't, have to go to school to learn certain things anymore. You have it at the tip of your fingers. You have, like you said, support at the tip of your fingers. Um, there's so much stuff that technology helps with, and at the same time, on the bad side, what goes through my mind is that it's also such a like a it's an easy way. I don't know. I feel like technology is an easy way to avoid doing stuff in real life,
Yeah.
and I feel like it got everybody away from actually reading books, from just doing certain things, talking to people on the phone. Now you text them. Now it's I feel like it's really changed people for the best and the worst.
Right. So you're afraid that if people start trying to get help via the internet, so to speak, it would make them kind of become more of shut in and not trying to go out and receive help as well. It would make them too much rely on maybe things that they're getting from the outside world, but only in the palm of their hand at home.
Yeah, to a point. I mean, I'm all about it if it helps you. I want you to do it day in and day out. But I also think nothing can really replace face-to-face interaction with other people.
Yeah,
Um,
I get
but
that.
there's so many people in the world now. There's so many things going on. It's so overwhelming that I can perfectly see, and I'll probably do it too. So like I said, I really like it, and I really don't like it at the same time.
Okay. If I guess the big question would be if you knew about, or now that you know about this, would you recommend mobile health care or mobile mental health care for someone that you love?
I would, but I would probably recommend first if you have someone in your life like me and you. If you have someone in your life that you can talk to and they'll support you just as much, I feel like that would do a lot more than just trying to do it yourself. Because in the end, you're still doing it yourself. You're still trying to motivate yourself to get on there and do it. Use the app and
Yeah,
follow what they say.
yeah,
So if you do that, more power to you because you're motivating yourself. Um, but I think first and foremost would be to find somebody that would go through it with you.
absolutely. Yeah, I agree too. I think for myself too, it would be a case by case basis. Obviously, like you just said, just to reiterate, I would try to talk with someone, try to get some support, kind of like what we talked about, being a mental health buddy. Trying to
Yeah,
make sure that you have somebody that's holding you accountable to the things that you want to do.
yeah,
And I don't mean to alienate anyone, and I don't mean to make anyone feel like this is me saying this is the only way that can happen. But in my opinion, mental health, a lot of the issues are exactly that, mental. And you have to get yourself over that hump. You have to get yourself over. You have to crawl. You have to fight. You have to get over that wall of I can't, I can't, I can't. You have to get it done. And if you need someone to help you, that's fine. But don't sit there and not ask for help and then say you can't do it.
yeah,
You have to be willing to at least find someone to bounce ideas off of and whatnot, because you're never going to get over it, unless you ask for some type of help, whether it's receiving it by yourself or whatever. So I think I agree with what you're saying. And as far as would I ever use it, I have tried it before. I've tried to, I've had a therapist through a through an app, and I'm not going to say what the app is because I don't want to give any kind of promotion. But yeah, I had a therapist that I went through on an app, and it was fine. It was great. I just think that I had, for me, like I suffer from anxiety and I stay in too much. So it was great talking to her about it, but the thing is, I didn't really know her that well, so it wasn't the same as you and I, where we can hold each other accountable more. Because we
Yeah.
already have that relationship, we already have the built-in roads, so to speak.
Yeah.
So we know each other and whatnot. And she didn't have that road with me, so it was more like, okay, she was suggesting things, but I don't think I was really ready to hear it from her. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't ready to listen.
Yeah.
And
And kind of back to what you were saying about, sometimes you gotta ask for help. You gotta be that person. And I've just been kind of realizing, if you just can't ask, if you just don't want to ask for help, then maybe try to be the person helping someone, and eventually it'll build you up to do the same things that you're trying to help this person do. So
right, yeah. So I think I agree. I agree with your assessments first. I would recommend it, but then also have somebody that in your life that can help you along the way. Not don't do it by yourself. So
I think it's a awesome tool,
yeah,
but I don't think it's the whole toolbox.
absolutely. And that's probably what we can say a lot of about a lot of things in life, but especially here when mentally you can only nobody can be inside of our head with us. Nobody can be in there with us. But
Yeah,
you know, I think because it is so isolating and it is so lonely at times that you do need somebody to talk with. You need a mental health buddy. And I know some people are going to be like, that's too that's a snowflake thing to say, or that's something that only weak people do. I disagree. I think it's incredibly strong to ask for help when you need
yeah,
when you need help.
yeah.
So
And any step in the right direction, any kind of thing you do is going to make your life better in the end. Like baby steps will eventually turn into leaps. It's just starting. Just start doing something.
yeah, it's the habit problem, right? Like you have to I know people will say like 21 days creates a habit or something like that, but that's how you get it started. A little off topic, but for me, learning Spanish now, I noticed that when I did it before, I would do it intermediately and it would just fall off. But now that I'm doing the schedule, I can definitely see a difference in my consistency. So make a schedule. And this is John's quotes and rules to live by. Make a schedule. Make a schedule. If you're having problems following through with your commitments, make a schedule. And here's the special secret sauce. Put them on alarm. Put all of your schedule stuff on alarm.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
like that
breakdown.
idea.
Because for me, I could write a schedule, but I'm not going to pay attention to time, right? So I'm just going to let it fall off. Oh,
Yeah,
it's already 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I forgot. Oh well, I'll just go on. Do
I'll
whatever.
do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. But if you have an alarm kind of reminding, you're like, oh, another checkpoint, another checkpoint. Like you kind of like motivates you a little bit. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, I know this is a rant, guys, and we didn't intend this thing to be too super long, but when we get in these discussions, me and Mitchell sit here and talk for hours. We'll talk for hours. But we're gonna end it. Mitchell, was there anything you wanted to add? Anything people should know?
Just if you're watching this, I want you to have a good day today. I want you to be in a good mood for other people, if not for yourself. So I'm sure there's somebody that you're going to see that's having a worse day than you. So be that person, be that shining star, radiate good energy, and do it for yourself and do it for others.
Absolutely, I agree 100%. And for those of you that are watching, the very, very, very few right now, uh, the only way that this message gets out is because of you guys, right? Like, so it doesn't, I mean, we can say all we want, we can do all we want, but if you guys don't like it or don't agree or whatever, it's never going to go anywhere. So,
Please share it if you agree with us.
yeah, if you agree or if you like what we're doing, like, share, subscribe, all that goodness. Obviously, if you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. Give us a thumbs down. Tell us what's going on. Like, what are we doing? So, be honest. I mean, that's what I started this for, is to be honest and to be open. So,
Yeah,
um, if you got something you got to say to us and like, hey, I don't like this or whatever, just whatever, say it. Let us know. Let's have an open forum. Let's talk about it. the whole thing, the only reason me and Mitchell are doing this is because we want to genuinely be connected to more people and talk about this situation and talk about, getting up in the morning and doing all these things. That's why this podcast, this video cast is called Wake Up and Be Great. That's exactly how we believe, our day should start. And it's one day at a time. That's the only thing we can do is one day at a time, right?
Like that.
So, by the way, we're sorry for the noise in the background. It's a busy work day, so everyone's kind of around. But beautiful scenery, by the way, Mitchell. Beautiful scenery.
South Florida, can't beat it.
Yep. But anyway, that is it for me. We said everything that we wanted to say, and like I said, this doesn't happen without you guys. So please, if you like it, share it. Tell other people about it. Whatever you got to do, and we want to hear from you guys. So please write something in. If you want to get a hold of us, do it so in the comment section, whatever, or send something. I've got my email down there as well into the comment section. So we've got everything for you guys to be connected. But that's it for us today.
We will see you tomorrow.
Yes. Hasta mañana, as they say. All right, guys. Y'all have a good one.